Dignitas, you heard him saying on the desk, they kind of had a lackluster end of their season and also had struggles in other tournaments over the European Invitational. Dignitas did not have the best go of it. So we'll see how they fare here in the regional championships. You can never count this team out. And we are underway. We'll start with Speed on the backcourt, trying to get the clear out here for Mouse. Astral actually got a look, pops it straight up, has a double tap, and it's off the crossbar. He almost found it. That was tough. And he ended up actually taking the ball away from Yukio, so Mousesports will get out. Mouse trying to fight out of the blue half still, despite winning in midfield earlier. It came right back in. Yukio screaming. Arju there, he has to wait for this touch. Violent Panda kills the ball, but Speed is right there to pick it back up. A bit of a slow start, despite Mousesports being locked on their back wall for a while. Arju have a clear, not a clear, just a tap off the back wall. Dignitas back in Mouse territory.
Dignitas was trying to keep the boost game in their advantage, but Mouse was able to get quite a bit. And now looking to get on the counterattack, things are looking good. Speed picking up the corner boost. Arju's going to have to get a good challenge here, which he does. The solo play from Arju. Oh, man.
It does not matter today. Arju is popping off, gets the dish, puts it in. Mousesports, man, you couldn't ask for a better substitute today. This guy's got no brakes. Dignitas, pass out. You know, for Dignitas, I've been calling them all season, even before the season started. And I still believe that they're the best passing team in the RLCS. But part of the struggle that they've had is that teams are starting to figure out these passing lanes for Dignitas, and they haven't been able to worm their way through defenses like we've seen them do this season. And that mechanical magic by Astral, part of what got him MVP, he's been shut down at times too. He's on the point now for Dignitas, back to the blue half. Oh, Violent Panda, air strike!
Astral, he has always been a fantastic passer. Gets that ball out to Panda, and Panda sneaks that one in underneath the crossbar. Excellent card control on that one, as he was very close to the goal. Had to get that down quickly, and he was able to do so.
Bosch kickoff from Mousesports. Crooks, though, no problem for him. Bodies through one. Panda's pinch will get right over Speed's head. And he'll get the midfield boost out of it. This is looking good for Dignitas. Ooh, that whiff from Astral. Put Yukio back on his own corner. Now Arju, next touch for him. Astral finds Violent Panda to get the clear out for Dignitas. Ooh, and that's another miss. That time for Mousesports. Arju takes the pass from Cooks. Is it a double tap? Oh, he just missed it by a pixel. And Speed sends it out to the corner. Did not want a boomer going back to Mousesports' half. It would have been in danger. Hard ball off the ceiling. They did find the next touch, but this will be cleared out again. Put Arju on point. Arju first tap off the back wall. Look for the bump. Cooks does keep it locked on the back wall. Speed, the next challenge, but right on top of it is Astral. Very good approach there from Yukio and Astral to get it out to the blue half.
You saw a bump coming in from Astral as well. He saw Arju low boost in net, decided to take a bump on his way out, but we've seen Arju has been the spearhead of the Mouse attack on quite a few of these transitions. And Arju, he almost hit that double tap as well, got the first goal of the game. He is really proving to be a critical piece of this Mouse offense.
Attempted shot from Violent Panda, saved by Speed. Yukio on the carry. It'll be knocked away by Cooks. Violent Panda flips it up again. This is good for Dignitas. Astral picks it up off the backboard. Pass to Yukio. Shot's good! Great shot to the top for Yukio. Dignitas, I believe.
And a fantastic play from Astral. Gets the first touch, boosts down, and then you see him boosting out of the way of Yukio's shot. Astral doing so much heavy lifting there to set up Yukio for that play.
It's plays
and
like
wonderfully
that,
done.
It's plays like that that That's why Astral got MVP. Like, it's those catches on the opponent's backboard. That's not even the second or third time he's done something like that this season. Just perfect control of the ball and his car. He's such an impressive player to watch, but Speed actually finds the ball surprisingly off the crossbar now. Violent Panda trying to come back down to it, feeling some pressure from Mouse, and coming in is Speed to pick the play in front of the box. Mousesports tie it back up.
And just as you were seeing Astral's praises, he takes his time here, and you see him taking time he doesn't have. Speed comes in and ruins his day with that dunk. Astral needed to get that ball out of harm's way right away, and he just failed to do so.
So Mousesports were able to respond after Dignitas had scored 2 unanswered, and now another goal potential. Shot is denied by Violent Panda. Yukio gets to it quickly. It forced Mousesports to back off a little bit. Even if he doesn't touch that ball, you know, it did relieve pressure for Dignitas, allowing them to get some more boosts. Ending regulation, time running out. We're locked here at 2 apiece. Astral is over Speed. He'll get down to the ground quickly. Speed wants to play this out. He will pop it up. That just gave the ball to Dignitas. Astral, he's got Violent Panda downfield. Keeps it in play, but that'll kill it. And so Mousesports get away with that, and we're in overtime.
Close call. Panda did his best. The shot was on target, just didn't have enough pace. That demo taking out only player that could really do a lot of damage. And now Arju backward pass. No one's there for Mouse until late. And that scoring chance will not come to fruition.
Astral right on this ball, but then Arju slows it back down. Cook's just slowing Violent Panda down now, struggling to get the clear out. Speed will easily play it to Dignitas' corner. Slow down for Yukio. Has the boost, control, back to Violent Panda. He's got Yukio downfield. Next up is Astral. Astral got bumped by Cooks. And Speed will have an attempted clear denied by Astral, but it's going to be Arju on point and space for Mousesports. Arju again has a good challenge. Wants the bump. Was hoping Astral would bite on a jump, but he stayed on the ground. And Dignitas stays strong on defense, but this Mousesports team, they're starting to find some gaps. They're starting to find some opportunities. Another clear. Oh, that's a miss from Arju. He's got to get back to it. Double commit, but difference beaten. Speed got the clear.
And that was such a lucky spawn for Astral as well. He spawned right next to the ball, so he was able to get the clear right away. And we've seen spawns play a key role in a few games, few situations, but Speed overpowers the defense. Astral couldn't keep this one out.
And Yukio, he tried to get back to his touch, but he just completely flubbed it. Out of boost, the first touch got a little too far away from him. He wanted to try to catch on the corner and maybe try to flick it out or just force at least some sort of touch, not right into a Mouse player. And Mousesports capitalize, get a great pass from Cooks to Speed. And this Mousesports team, James, here they come once again.
They're synergizing. You can't say it's been luck. They've now won multiple series. 3 series in a row?
Yeah.
3 series in a row with Arju on the team, and they continue the momentum here. Arju, he scored that insane dish goal right to start things off. Speed getting 2 goals. This one, the last one in overtime. And we're starting to see a Mouse team where they're synergizing. You've got Arju leading the attack, Speed and Cooks are there to clean up some of these opportunities that Arju is generating. They're not really double committing. They're challenging the ball quickly. They're being aggressive when they need to. And Astral, he made some impact plays, getting 2 very quality assists. But other than that, he hasn't really had many shooting opportunities because of how aggressive Mouse has been playing. So Mouse, they are the real deal. They are the real deal.
And Speed and Arju picking up 4 saves apiece. Dignitas had opportunities. They had shots on net. And, you know, you had that great play from Astral off the backboard and the just as good shot from Yukio on the same play. But other than that, they just get to the box and they peter out. And they haven't been able to really consistently crack this Mousesports defense. But if that game is anything to think about how the series is going to go, we're probably in for a long one. But Speed just picks off midfield, and it's basically a free goal for Mouse 9 seconds in.
And you could see he was probably looking to pass to Astral, but hit it too far ahead of him, and Speed was ready to cut off the angle anyway. So once the hit was a little weak, it was a little off target, Speed pounced. Punished Dignitas for that.
Continuation from Cooks. That bounces off the post and in. And it's a feeding frenzy. Okay.
Oh, look at this pitch. Look at the pitch.
Okay.
Speed and Cooks pitch this ball. Speed comes off the wall, and they pitch it, post it in. Everything is going right for Mouse. You can see it.
I'm still shocked that he even was.
Cooks or he'll pinch off anything. The wall, Speed, the post, anything. Don't give him the chance.
Pinch practitioner. No, I'll leave the alliterations to Leaf. Speed. Next man up, he actually pulls off on it. For Cooks, another kill in midfield. Trying to get Arju involved, but the demo will give Astral some time. Ground, air dribble, no good. And Violet Panda couldn't find the shot. Yukio wants it denied by Cooks, and it's right into Speed. Even when it goes right for Dignitas, it's just one mistouch, and it all goes wrong. They are back on offense. But again, Mousesports' defense has not been easy. This first minute has belonged to them. Arju, next touch up. They totally went for the pinch there. You can't convince me otherwise. And Dignitas will try again from their own half. Violent Panda kicks it up in front to Astral. Astral, one touch, and two, but it's out and wide. It's tough. He wanted to try to find it higher, avoid the defender. Here's another potential shot, and Cooks hops right on top of it. A close defensive rotation. These are not easy for Mouse. They were very tight. The communication has been solid. You haven't seen the double commits. And even a low boost situation, and Mousesports are back in the orange half. Looking very good on both halves of the field, but this is a good breakaway opportunity. Shot is good. Astral won't miss that one. Dignitas on the board.
And this was a tough shot for Astral. Arju, he's coming back. Astral didn't get that middle boost. And Arju's still there. So if Astral doesn't put that one top corner, Arju's likely getting the save. So under pressure, Astral making that shot. It was a big one to get Dignitas within one.
Violent Panda trying to force his way through. He has struggled this series so far. He's had a couple of key mistouches, and also that first touch that gave Mouse a free goal in the first 9 seconds. So he certainly has some kinks to work out in this series, but it is only game 2, so he's got plenty of time to figure it out. Hopefully for him, sooner rather than later. That's a good first touch. And that block from Cooks, and Violent Panda does not care. Will dunk his way through. We got a tie game.
And Dignitas threw right back into it. You saw the side flip from Astral, but it didn't matter because Panda, he was getting aggressive. Treating the other team like bamboo shoots, eating them up.
That's exactly what Violent Panda needed. I was just talking about him getting the kinks figured out. And what better way than to just muscle your way through on the speed dunk.
Especially after he had that failed pass attempt over to Astral that conceded that goal. It's going to be good for Panda and his mentality. Getting that equalizer. Now a big demo from Astral. This is going to put a numbers advantage in favor of Dignitas.
Well, they'll be forced back. And Astral is deep on the rotation, so they'll be back really quick. Off the ceiling, and Astral couldn't actually handle the ball. Violent Panda pops up for Yukio. Yukio's got, he had a look, but just could not find the net. That was a tough angle to find the shot. Well handled by Speed and Arju to get the clear. Dignitas have been continually forced to retreat the whole way back to their own back wall to try again, and they've been booming it. More times than I'm used to seeing Dignitas boom the ball. You can almost feel the frustration trying to get by this Mousesports defense.
Mouse has been doing quite well, especially in low boost situations. I've been impressed with what Arju's been able to do. But Dignitas, you can still tell they're starting to figure it out. They're putting more pressure on Mouse. They're keeping Mouse at low boost. You can see Panda even denying that boost right in front of Arju. And things are getting rough for Mouse. They're getting stretched thin.
But they are very stoic there. That crossbar shot is not good. That crossbar shot is good. And Dignitas have a lead.
And stretched too thin here as they finally break speed in net. He had only 16 boost at the end of that play. Astral coming in with a windup, and he lets it rip right past speed.
That's 2 goals now for Astral. Does he have a third? Oh, he just couldn't get his nose on it. He almost comes off the backboard, but could not find it. Almost a hat trick for Astral. And I had to believe. I've seen him do it too many times.
He was so close. That was a high-speed double tap. And then not only did he almost score the double tap, he almost was able to clean up his goal after he missed. So it was a very close call. Astral is looking for his hat trick. Not the greatest touch off the backboard. A miss from Yukio as well. Scary for Dignitas. Now they're low boost.
More than a few uncharacteristic misses for Dignitas. There's a missed pass to Arju. Oh, and Speed. Crooks had the faith for Speed to make that next touch. Now they're in danger. Oh, Arju picking up the save. Thought maybe Astral had a chance for a bump. There's another save for Arju. Speed now on the point. Quick transition. And the challenge will be knocked out to the side. Crooks is the next man up. Taken away by Astral. Mousesports. We've got a chance here in the offensive half. Here's Arju. Flip reset available. But double commit from Dignitas. Is it good enough? It might not be. Up high looking for a shot, but 2 commit. Crooks and Speed both up. Maybe there was a chance for Speed, but we'll never know. And we're tied up in the series.
Dignitas answering back. Mouse, they started out game 1 strong. They started out game 2 strong, but then Dignitas started to figure things out. They started to get possession. They were keeping Mousesports stuck in their own half, low on boost. We saw him stretch thin multiple times. Astral started making plays. So they're looking quite good right now. Dignitas on the upswing. Mouse, we'll see if they can dig deep and figure things out.
Yeah, only 3 shots on net too. They really did struggle to find any boost for a lot of that game. And you were mentioning how well they were playing in low boost situations. You had mentioned Arju specifically. He had 3 saves, and then Crooks had 4. As play a lot of defense in both games. Obviously, the difference for Dignitas, it's looking a lot better for them. So if they can continue winning this boost game, it might be a battle of attrition that way the rest of the way through, in midfield and in those corners.
Absolutely, and I think that's a great game plan. If you can keep them boost start, keep them down. Obviously, that's the goal of any team. But when you're playing as well as these guys are, you have Astral up in the air, forcing Mouse on defense to get vertical and use up that boost. It gives chances for Violent Panda, for Yukio to steal those corner boosts, and then for Astral to rotate out and then have a shooting opportunity coming in as the cleanup guy. We saw that happen multiple times in this past game. We'll see if they can make it happen again, or if Mouse can figure out how to break through that wall from Dignitas at the midfield.
And it already starts out on the kickoff. Yukio pops this next ball up for Astral. Astral can't find the next touch, but Violent Panda's there, and it's saved by Speed. Another pop up high. Oh, a huge whiff, and Astral will get the goal. Dignitas.
Astral just flipping that over. You saw it looked like a bump coming out right there.
Yeah, it might have been a bump
defender getting sent to the moon.
Yeah.
That was enough.
Great first play. Crooks actually pulled off there a little bit on the kickoff to win that next challenge. And here is Arju, the shot just off the crossbar, and the follow-up isn't good enough. It's saved by Astral. Big chance for Mousesports to come away empty. It's a good first challenge from Speed, preventing that quick transition from Dignitas. The Violent Panda ready for this, and Speed beats him straight to the ball. Couldn't get that next touch. Speed will collect that Dignitas boost as Astral tries to carry the ball out. Next up, Arju. And looking to harass that next touch, but Violent Panda's got it off the back wall. Can't find the next. Mousesports, breakaway. Crooks, the dump isn't good enough, and Yukio will pick it up around to the corner, but now Mousesports are back on offense. Ooh, another good challenge win. And called off was Violent Panda, back for Yukio. He wanted Astral in that play, maybe to get it back to him, but Mousesports stole the ball away. Violent Panda couldn't find the ball. Arju shot's good, and it's a tie game for Mouse.
And this was a great turn from Speed. Arju got the mid boost, so Speed immediately turns, hits the ball up to Cooks. Arju also is turning because he knows that Cooks is going to have possession. And great communication from Mouse as they perfectly execute that play. And Arju, again, he is the one putting it in the back of the net. Arju has been having a fantastic series so far.
He's also been instrumental on defense. I mean, it's really something to watch for a guy that hadn't played a single game in the RLCS. You come in and really, it's clutch time. When you would hope that having someone like Scrub Killer on your team, that's exactly who you want when it's time for clutch time. Dignitas struggling here on this offensive opportunity. Now a breakaway here for Speed. Right behind him is Cooks. It pops straight up in front of the box. Great save from Violet Panda.
And a great shot from Speed as well. He delayed his flick to try to make that shot extra hard to read, but it was still defended.
Now it's Dignitas struggling to find a clear. Yukio couldn't find the touch. Speed to catch in front, and he pulls off of Astral. Almost finds the goal. And a very smart play from Speed.
Arju taking his time. Good 50. Going to go for this pass. He sees Cooks in the middle. Cooks drops it in. Arju with the pass. Lovely. Gets that 50 and sees Cooks and hits him on a dime. And that was a tough angle for Cooks to deal with as well, but he does it. Mouse, we haven't seen them play this good of offense all season long. And now they're bringing it out.
They had no offense, James. They were playing boomer ball all season. They're like, yeah, we're going to play up to our defensive third, and that's about it. And all of a sudden, they've just transformed as a team. Astral can't find the double touch. He has struggled in this series for double touches. Granted, they haven't been the easiest, but Arju gives him the thunderclap.
Arju off the pass from Cooks. Cooks feeding him right back. Look at that shot. Upside down. Arju making plays.
It is unreal. The Arju magic is real, and you better believe in it. Because Mousesports certainly do. A 2-goal lead, about 2 minutes remaining. Pop off the ceiling. Violet Panda couldn't get the save. Yukio just trying to buy some time now. Back in Dignitas' corner. Speed actually almost had a shot on net, but Astral hopped right on top of it. Oh, and then the dunk from Cooks! Pick your poison! Cooks gets his second.
You know, this is just Team Italy in action right now. Gets the dunk on Yukio. Yukio had no idea. Arju and Cooks going nuts.
Mousesports, it is just a completely different team. Violet Panda, his carry will be taken away by Arju, but it's still a good look for Dignitas. And almost, but it's off the crossbar for Yukio. Astral trying to prevent the quick clear, but Arju just does all the work himself. He was out of boost, so he won't be able to get back to that. But again, Speed, the next man up, just forces Dignitas back to their own back wall. Astral some space. It's by Cooks. He can't get by Arju. Now another touch, pass out to Violet Panda, and he tried to find it high. The top shelf of the net wasn't there. Astral carried to Yukio. But these passing lanes, these are tight windows for Dignitas to get through, James. They have not been able to find it, and the ones that they have scored mostly have been half chances.
It's true, but Mouse, they're in the driver's seat now. They are feeling confident. You can see them controlling the ball, really taking Dignitas out of the play, completely neutralizing them. And Speed almost got that play as well. Looked like he was going for the flip reset, double tap. Cookser cleans up, gets the hat trick, and Mouse are on a roll.
Now, it looks like the mice have found the cheese, and they are feasting on Dignitas right now. A hattie for Cooks, 2 goals and 2 assists for Arju. Cooks has the 2 assists on Arju's goals. Like you said, James, it's pick your Italian. All right, it doesn't matter. Cooks, Arju, they got your back. 5-1. I just, even with how Mousesports were playing, I couldn't imagine that Mousesports were going to put a 5-star on Dignitas, and even there,
even then, Arjun coming off the back of his own net to make that save like it's nothing.
oh, maybe a 6, but it's thrown away. And Mousesports, it is a march, and nobody can challenge them right now. Not after that game 3. It's 2-1 in the series. I am impressed.
There's something magical.
Yeah.
There is something magical about this Mousesports team. Cookser, he's been hitting shots that, you know, you hope that he makes. You know, Cookser, he's had seasons where he finishes at the top. He's had seasons where his shooting has kind of taken a back seat. But Cookser, you can tell that him and Arju are feeling it. They are feeling it. They're synergizing well. They're passing to each other well. They're making tough shots. Speed also playing his part. That flip reset double tap, even though he didn't get the assist on it, you know, he put the defense in a tough spot. Mousesports, their offense is in a better place than it has been in seasons, and you can just tell. And these last three series with Arju have really gotten the best out of them.
And despite, you know, some key missed touches in the first game from Dignitas and maybe, you know, a rough start in game 2, since then, the last about 9 minutes of gameplay for Dignitas, it hasn't looked bad. Like, Dignitas, they've had some good passing plays. They've had some good progressions down the field. They've been trying to keep the ball away from Mousesports, but for the most part, Mousesports are just beating them to the ball. Arju has been a big component of it, James. Everything that you said that Mousesports are doing, they're just the better team right now in this series. Dignitas, still a long series. They were able to get that win in game 2, and that absolutely matters for the rest of this series. But they got to figure this out now, because the momentum that Mousesports has, you don't see teams give this kind of momentum up in this situation. Arju, you are incredible.
He's doing it all. Gets down here, the backflip flick, and it goes right into the net. Arju, he is styling on Dignitas. Dignitas, who finished top 2 in league play. Dignitas, who you expected to come in here and end the Cinderella story of Mouse. Arju has other plans.
In the corner, Arju trying to block Dignitas towards the box. Astral keeping up for maybe a potential passing play, but Dignitas have to play the next touch. His pass to Violet Panda. He tried to pre-flip into it. Yukio shot, and it's blocked by Cooks. Cooks here. Another save for him. He's had more than a couple in this series. Speed actually wins the touch clean, but Arju's just a little too far back. We'll take some value out of that with that corner boost steal. But a long transition, and Violet Panda just can't find the touch to put decent enough pressure out. Astro does return a boost steal of his own. Dignitas have possession, so we'll see if they can move forward here. Oh, big miss from Arju. He tried to read the touch, and Astro will get the goal here for Dig, and they will absolutely take a shot.
And this was a readable ball there. He had to be perfect. He had to react instantly, but that was savable, and that's really been the only criticism that I've had for Arju. Is there has been a few defensive touches where he's coming off the back wall where he doesn't read it precisely, and it's gotten through. And that time, it got Mouse scored on. However, Arju, he got that backflip flick ceiling shot, so I think he's earned the some space to make a mistake or two.
Yeah, he can miss that one. That's fine. Let's go miss the next. Astral. Ooh, what a block from Cooks here. And that's really been the story of this series for me. It's like Dignitas to put together the pass, but then they either get bumped in midair, or it's not the exact touch that they want, and they can't play that clinical passing game that made them so dominant this season. And Mousesports, it's just been good challenges. It's been faster to the ball. Dignitas attempted pass. Cooks here's there again, who is having himself a heck of a series. And Speed, next up, he wins the touch clean. Speed is starting to win some 50s cleanly as well. Game 4, tied up. Violet Panda has that next save. Speed last man back needs to buy a little bit of time for Cooksier and Arju to get back, and plenty of time is exactly what they got. Arju has to stretch for that, and he will. And Speed will easily have a clear. I mean, Mousesports, they just keep getting the ball back. Violent Panda, a demo to maybe give some space in midfield, but there is none. Cooks, it's a light touch taken away here, but Dignitas, they're forced to play reactive. And that's not something that Dignitas are used to.
Yeah, they've just been clearing the ball back downfield. Now a double tap chance from Yukio. Astral, he's waiting. He's hoping for an opportunity in the middle, and now he dives in for that one after Panda misses, and now Mouse on the counterattack. So Dignitas still can't get anything going. The one goal that they have was that misread from Arju on the back wall, but where's that Dignitas passing that you expect from them?
Ooh, Cook's backflip to put that ball up. Speed shot denied. And now limited boost, but a breakaway opportunity. Yukio, one to beat, has the flick, and it will fall off the crossbar and out. That has to be awful for Dignitas, who has probably their best look right there.
They're getting closer. Yukio is within inches on that play. Perhaps that will help the confidence of Dignitas, seeing that they can get some chances now. Good demo on Cookser. Ball bouncing. Astral will have a lot of boost to do some damage here.
Shot just off the crossbar from Astral. First Yukio, and Violent Panda hops in front, but Speed already had the save. Violent Panda, one more. Shot denied again by Cooksier. What goal? There is no goal for Mousesports. There's nothing over here. Dignitas denied again, this time by Speed. Now on the catch. It's denied by Astral. 50 seconds remaining. Pass. Up high for Astral, off the backboard. Violent Panda's there. It's going to be slower off the backboard this time, and Speed attempted clear, taken away by Astral. Double tap available, and it's Violent Panda to sneak it in. There's the net. They finally found it.
And a great double tap from Astral. He might have been going for net, but it was a perfect pass regardless, because he hit Panda right there. So Panda probably calling for the pass. Astral did put it right on his bumper. A lovely play from Dignitas. We'll see if they can hold on these final 30 seconds and claim victory in Game 4.
Start up here. Oh, direct pass off the, kind of pitched it off the top of the ceiling. Shot just off the post. Now wrapping around Speed. He kicks it up high, and Astral has to handle this ball out. He does it. He'll kill a little bit more time off the clock. That's a pass to Dignitas. Up high for Yukio. He's got a shot. He doesn't have a goal. It's saved by Cooksier again, but Mousesports got to get downfield if they want this third game win. Cooks again, denied by Violent Panda, but it's still a good ball. Maybe for Mousesports. Astral kills it, and Dignitas tie it up yet again. And they're right back in it.
And Astral, again, such impact plays. Even at the end there, he had that flip reset at the midfield and then used his second flip to get it around Speed to force the ball downfield. And then the last play of the game, getting that ball down to the ground. He jumped so early and it was a tough read, but he read it perfectly and got that ball down and ended the game. So Dignitas looking good. Astral, a goal and an assist, playing a key part. Dignitas, they stabilize. It would have been tough if they dropped down in the series 3-1, but now we are all tied up at 2 apiece. Dignitas, they played well, but still Mousesports, they looked to me like they could have easily won that game. Mouse, this is not a fluke, Jorby. Before the series, before these games, we were talking amongst the casters, and I wasn't so sure if I had bought into Arju yet. But now after seeing just these games, I'm a believer. I'm a believer in Arju. Mouse is looking better than ever before, and they are giving Dignitas a run for their money.
Arju just feels to me like it's proof. The more new players we see coming into the RLCS, you have a guy who sat in the sub spot, coming in and making an impact, picking up multiple, in-game MVPs on top of it, being that impact player. That there have to be more players out there like Arju. Arju can't be the only one. He isn't even the only one we've seen from teams that have come up in the rival series. There's a lot of talent out there, or maybe put with the right squad, they could succeed. Because maybe if the squad was different, maybe Arju isn't as successful, but it's something about Speed and Cooks here, and Arju just fits in perfectly.
And it's just taking advantage of an opportunity. Arju has gotten a rare opportunity very, very rarely. I can't even really remember the last time that you've seen it. Maybe with iBuyPower Cosmic when Gambit didn't want to keep playing. But very rarely does a substitute get a real chance, a real opportunity to play in some big series. And we're seeing Arju make the most out of it.
Absolutely. Mousesports, they have been fun to watch in the regional championship. The Dignitas are proving, you know, they are going to be a tough out no matter what. They were able to come back in game 4, tie the series up yet again. And it has been very back and forth. You've had some misses. You've had some misses on both ends. Arju had that miss off the back wall earlier. So despite Dignitas having their uncharacteristic misses, you know, there's been some on both sides. But when both teams are asked to clutch it out, they have. 2 apiece, in fact. Speed, nothing for him. And we'll see who wins the next battle of attrition in game 5. A good bump on the Yukio from Arju. He tried to hunt for a second one. He did find Astral. The net's actually open and Speed ended up pulling off. Maybe he wasn't expecting the bump from Arju, or maybe just didn't have the angle. Either way, Mousesports come away empty.
Could also have just been retreating for boost. But it was a good play from Cookser to send that ball across net. Even though nobody was there, he burned a lot of time, kept the ball in Dignitas' half, and allowed his teammates to get some boost and get back into the play.
Good catch from Speed. Really, oh, and the demo! Speed jumps up to give Arju the goal. Mousesports, a flashy 1-goal lead.
Panda thinking he had a little bit of time, but Speed was locked on immediately after he went for that ball at the midfield. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and that was delete hand off the field. He does so, and it was perfect timing. That demo opening up the net, and Arju getting on the board yet again.
Yukio looking for Violent Panda. The pass is cut off by Speed. Crooks here, his attempted clear. Will be taken out by Violent Panda. Back to Yukio, to Astral. Oh, he wanted to get that pass out to Astral. He's probably going a little too fast. There's a good cutoff jumping on that angle. Dignitas popping up once here for Astral. We'll go out to the side for Violent Panda. A little too much juice. Finding the pick play, but nothing there. Dignitas still hunting for something here on the side. Fighting in the corner for possession. Astral off the back wall. Violent Panda's there too. It will have to be Yukio coming in. Tight rotation there for Dignitas. They do fall back to their own back wall. Astral with space takes it to Violent Panda. And it's long third man here for Yukio, and he'll also kind of bang it up. He had Astral available on the wing, but the ball's just kind of hanging off the back wall. Mousesports struggling to get out of their own third right now. That's a good touch off the corner from Speed. Back down to Arju. Just trying to keep that ball away. Astral will take the boost away from him. Mousesports hunting, but Dignitas are able to clear it out again. It really is just this battle of inches, James. The battle of centimeters, if you will, for Dignitas. And Mousesports hits off the crossbar for Speed. Violent Panda's clear is denied, but it's right back in to Yukio. Cut off this time by Speed. Mousesports starting to close the gap. Yukio challenged, knocked away by Cooks here. And a much-needed clear for Astral. Buying some time.
Today's game is so fast, Jorby. That split second can make a difference. That one mechanic, whether you wave dash every opportunity or not, or whether you use your jump to get back down to the ground as quickly as possible. These players so fast, and those milliseconds can really make a difference. They can be the difference between a goal or a save.
High clear for Astral. The shot towards the net was denied by Speed. Mousesports trying to carry this out. This time the carry was from Cooks, forcing Astral back, and he own goals. Cooks here will get credit. Mousesports insurance late.
And you can see Astral, he picked up one boost pad, picked up another, didn't get up in time. He was low on boost, which always makes it a tough situation when you're last back and the ball's coming towards net. And Astral, he couldn't make the play. And Mouse, they are in the driver's seat, up 2 goals, less than a minute left.
Light shot this time turned away by Yukio. Dignitas struggling for offense. Only 4 shots on net. Carrying this. Astral trying to put the team on his back with that carry. Violent Panda tees it down for nobody. And Arju makes a good challenge back over to Speed. Just kicks it out to the side. Dignitas locked. One challenge for Yukio. Can he get a goal with time left? Flips it up. Back over to Astral off the corner. Violent Panda has to wait because Cookseer has the angle and he has the clear. No time left for Dignitas. Mousesports are one game away from heading to the regional championship final.
And if you would have asked me if that was possible, I would have said no. I don't believe it. Their journey, it has to end somewhere, right? It can't keep going, especially when Arju, he's just getting started. His first series were in the last week of league play. They go 2-0, and now here, they are one game away from going 2-0 in the regional championship and locking down that spot in the finals. I honestly do not believe it, Jorby.
I mean, oh man, I just don't feel like Dignitas are playing that poorly. It just feels like, they're feeling that pressure from Mousesports. When some of these passes in midfield, they're trying to work the edge or just trying to keep the ball away from a Mousesports player. And Mousesports have punished them a couple of times on that by pulling off on the challenge. And then it almost looks like Dignitas are just giving up possession, but they've been facing these challenges from Arju, Speed, and Cookseer and been losing them. That it's affecting how they approach the ball and how they break out of midfield. It's all credit to Mousesports, the way that they have played today with Arju. And we've sang Arju's praises absolutely, but I'm impressed by Speed, his ability to carry the ball down the field, force a challenge that gives Mousesports a chance. Cookseer has put a bunch of goals in here for Mousesports. Dignitas, it's been a struggle, but they haven't looked bad.
I would agree with you. I think what's different, what to me seems to be different for Mouse, is just the communication, and the synergy is there. We've seen it in multiple instances where Mouse are so quick to react, especially in situations where they're grouped up in the same position. It would be easy to double commit, but they don't, and they're playing so quickly. It's giving Dignitas trouble.
Mousesports, if they end with a lead at the end of this 5 minutes, they will head to the regional final. Dignitas have something to say about it with that flick from Violent Panda, but Speed has the save. Yukio will have to collect the boost, and really that's all he gets away from that. Violent Panda on the challenge, pass back to him, all from Yukio, denied. Astral trying to keep it in the third, buying some time for Dignitas, but Yukio got caught out and can't make the save! Speed! Goal for Mousesports!
And that happened pretty quick. Astral put this off the side. Yukio was not back in time. Panda wasn't back in time. And a long-range goal. Astral needed to buy more time with that hit because Panda and Yukio just weren't in position.
Yukio off the kickoff. It's taken away by Speed. Speed has 2 touches. His third touch, though, denied by Astral. Arju trying to slow down the attack from Dignitas, something that Mousesports have done expertly through this whole series. Arju attempted carry, taken away. Violent Panda next up here for Dignitas. Pass to Astral, denied by Cookseer. Violent Panda back around to the side. Wanting an angle is Yukio, but he isn't going to find one. Arju has the clear for Mousesports to Dignitas' back wall. Astral, carry. He's got the flip reset. Wanted the goal, but can't get it. Cookseer, another save. And a demo on the backside for Violent Panda. Arju, nothing, but Dignitas losing their boost. They lost both of their back boosts and one of the midfield boosts. They're going to be struggling here on this next possession. Speed winning the next challenge. Up in front, Arju, the shot off the crossbar. Astral, next clear to Violent Panda. He's got him. Now Speed, the last man back. Can Dignitas find the goal? Violent Panda, another touch. 2 touches, but no third touch comes because Yukio jumped early.
And he wasn't expecting that second touch from Panda. Had he waited a little bit longer, that would have been a fantastic scoring chance. And now that went off the crossbar and post, and Yukio with no boost couldn't get there in time for the rebound. Dignitas getting so close, but they could not close.
First 2 minutes, 5 shots for Dignitas, 5 saves for Mousesports. 3 of them belong to Cookseer. Speed picking up the other 2. But it looks like that brick wall of a defense is back in action again for game 6. Some space. And Yukio again flicks that up He does win that first challenge, but just nothing will get done there. Midfield does belong to Dignitas here. Astro back over to Violent Panda. But there just doesn't seem to be that final push in front of the box. I don't know if Dignitas are really ready. One too many passes or a challenge that doesn't go the way they expect. And even there, you see them hopping a little early at some of these. That ball was saved off the shot from Yukio. But it feels like the miscommunication is happening more and more often as time is ticking down in Game 6 with Mousesports' lead. There's a good shot from Violent Panda on the turnaround. Wasn't sure if he'd find the mark this time, but he does, and it's a big time.
And again, it's Astral with the feed. That slick right on point, hitting Panda on the nose, and the shot quality as well. So Dignitas, they're not out of this one just yet, even though Mouse has been playing quite well, keeping them stuck in the backfield. And that one narrowly missing. That could have been the dagger.
Need another touch up. RG will keep it going. Crooks crashing the box to commit for Dignitas. Violent Panda having to dive quickly just to get it out to the corner. Speed now in front. Astral attempted clear, but Arju's there. Violent Panda now next up to find the clear. There's like no boost in the field, and that boost spawned right for Violent Panda. That would be nice to keep Dignitas alive here on defense. But Speed just buys time for Mousesports to come up, maybe make a challenge. Violent Panda, nothing here as things slow down just a tad. Violent Panda, another stop, but has leeway. Was Arju. Cooks here pops this up. Back to Arju. Speed up for this against Astral. And it'll be Yukio's ball. Dignitas back to the blue half. They can breathe a little bit. Mousesports look to work their way out. Long pass to no one. They'll have to work the edge here with Yukio and Violent Panda. Dash from Speed. Off the ceiling. Denied for the clear by Astral. Violent Panda will pick up the midfield boost again. So Dignitas starting to win that battle of attrition in the final minute. But these clears are going to kill them. Arju has the catch down. Astral attempted clear. Does he have the next touch? Cooks here's on it. Cooks wants a pass to Arju, but Arju just couldn't find the read against Violent Panda. Speed bails him out. I feel like something's about to develop, James, every time. And then somehow Dignitas come away with that next clear. Here comes Astral, but he can't get back to the ball. Time running out at the end of regulation. Past midfield. Yukio. Pop-up for Violent Panda. Across the corner. Violent Panda touch.
Right,
he's got Astral. Astral has the goal in 0 seconds. We go to Game 7.
The buzzer beater from Astral. Panda gets the double tap when he has nothing left in the tank, and Astral sinks it. What a play.
Big win for Dignitas after all of that pressure. And then they slowly started to swing it back that final minute. Violent Panda instrumental in stealing boost away from Mousesports in midfield and keeping Dignitas full in the tank on defense. And only 3 shots registered for Mousesports despite winning all of those challenges. Like I said, it felt like Mousesports were about to develop a play, like they were going to have a shot in front of the box, but Dignitas were always ready for it. They had a monster clear. Astral had several of them. Yukio had good continuing touches. It was close. It was absolutely a battle of nanometers, but Dignitas came away clean in the final second. Oh, man.
It was neck and neck all the way down to that final play, and Panda almost didn't have enough boost. He used every ounce of boost he had on that play, and it was a perfect pass right to Astral. You couldn't have asked for more from the captain in that situation. Astral and Panda, they linked up for both of these goals. In the goal previously, it was that dribble play from Astral, and he flicks it right to Panda. So that connection has been working still. So Dignitas, they stay in this play, but it was stay in the series by the narrowest of margins, and it's all going to come down to this final Game 7 on Champions Field to determine who goes on to the grand finals.
It has been back and forth all series long. We've traded wins. No one has been able to stack a win in this series. Game 7, could you ask for any better from the standout performer in Arju versus the MVP Astral and company? And Dignitas, they seem to love their Game 7s. We got one here. Astral. Around the corner, it's a good pitch. Violent Panda's there, crashes in, and blows up Mousesports' net. Dignitas score first.
And Astral going for that air dribble pinch, and it was perfect right to Panda. Astral sticking with that play. He has been the facilitator all series long. Astral playing a key role in almost every single play. Panda sniffing that play out as well, being in the right spot to take advantage of that pinch. And Dignitas strike early, and goals in this series have come at a premium. We'll see if this is enough for Dignitas to hold on.
With the script start to flip for Dignitas. Violent Panda next up will boom it downfield. Trying to catch Speed out. Speed could find the touch. Cook's trying to find the clear, but this is going to be Dignitas' ball. Yukio, nothing for him. We will have a clear downfield. So Mousesports, and this is where you really test the mettle of a player, especially one coming in like Arju in a Game 7 to send you to a regional final. That's a lateral pass right to Speed, but he got to him cleanly. Speed gets the bump. Cooks finishes. Speed the bully. Mousesports tie.
And it was Cooks who set him up. Great first touch from Speed, and Speed never for a second did he hesitate. He was instantly going for that bump. As soon as he flicked that up in the air, he was hunting for the bump. He knew if he gets it, that was the last line of defense for Dignitas. And he hit his mark dead center. And Cookser cleans that up.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Astral had that first touch out, but Speed would pick it up. Now Mousesports forced to stretch here, trying to control midfield. Astral coming back quickly. This next touch, he's got plenty of boost. Flips right back into it. Astral off the crossbar. And Violent Panda off the post and in. No question for Dignitas.
And again, it's the aerial play from Astral. Not only does he get that first touch, but he air dribbles into the ball that makes the defender miss. And then Panda, it was a close shot off the post and in. A tough one to block, gets the cleanup. And just like that, after Mouse respawn, Dignitas punch right back.
In the kickoff, Astral gets a clean hit off the corner. Violent Panda's shot is saved. Another pass attempted, or maybe a shot. Arju had the save anyway. And you know, James, we had seen so many of those in the last 2 or 3 games from Dignitas, where they were putting on some good shots on net, good passes in the attacking third, but it was just heroic saves time and time again. That's a shot up, but Astral has a heroic save of his own for Dignitas to retain the lead.
Certainly does. That one was looking for the top corner, but Astral, mechanics on point. Very rarely do you see him make a mistake. We've seen him make a couple this series, but that play, the big one, and he has been so key in almost every single goal for Dignitas.
Another high ball for Violent Panda. Mousesports. Speed on the carry. Astral right on top of him. Has the next touch. Yukio's second man on that one. It would be a dead play in the corner, but another one materializes and it would be knocked away by Speed. Arju next up, looking for a booming clear. The midfield been tough to get by. And Game 7 has just ticked away so fast. Dignitas keeping the lead, holding Mousesports to only 2 shots on net. The offense has sputtered out for Mouse. They've got to find a way to get some pressure on the Dignitas because they're killing them on these long clears. They're finding Mousesports. They're finding those gaps for Mousesports.
But maybe this is where the lack of experience starts to show for Arju. This is a big game, a big moment. Dignitas, they did well at the World Championship. All of these players experience. Panda, 2-time world champion. Yukio, he has been going to lands for quite some time as well. The experience for Dignitas definitely giving them an edge right now in this series, which is certainly going to test the nerves of Arju and Mouse.
Astral has really started to rack up that LAN experience as well. Just being a factor as he's been. Speed, flip reset available, but Violent Panda was on top of him. No chance. Another clear. Every clear for Dignitas at this point is just time chewed off the clock and one step closer to a win. 2 whiffs in the air. Astral fights it out to the corner. He's got no boost left, but Mousesports still struggling to get out of their own half. Arju, a non-factor in Game 7. A touch. Is it in? No. Saved from Arju, but it's popped up in front of the box. Yukio making Arju's life difficult. Violet Panda's shot denied by speed. Insurance will certainly kill Mousesports here, but a long clear. Do they have a chance? Here's Arju, shot denied. Nobody from Mousesports is there. Violet Panda's got a free goal, but Speed somehow gets back to make the save. Can Cooks find a way to get down to the orange half? Speed, he gets sputtered out in midfield. Cooks, there's one more chance for Mouse. No time left. No touch. Arju is there, but it doesn't matter. The ball, can it touch the ground for Dig? Cooks wants one more chance. One more chance for heroism for Mousesports. A win? No. The ball is dead. Arju caught it again. Arju on the catch and right on top of him in an Astral. Violet Panda. The ball will not touch the ground. Finally, he kills it, and Dignitas survive. The hot Mousesports, they move to the regional final.